Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I filmed this aqua-y, glittery, cut creasy, warm eye look. And also it's featuring Fenty beauty products. So if you're interested to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Alright, so I already primed my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I did my brows already with my Anastasia Dip Brow, as per usual. So to start out this eye look, I'm taking my Morphe M504, which is a big fluffy brush like this, for my transition shade, which is this one from the 350 matte palette. And I'm just putting that in the crease. I've been really loving like a super bright, like warm crease, and then like blues. I don't know, it's just my mood right now. And to sort of start out my almost like cat eye sort of shape, you know, like how it goes out a little bit, I'm just gonna bring that transition shade more over to the side like this and build it up a little more. Okay, next for some extra warmth, I'm going into this like light orange shade from the palette, and then using that same fluffy brush and also popping that in the crease. Now using a smaller fluffy brush, this one is by BH Cosmetics, it's the V5. I'm going to take this like bright orange shade right at the top corner. And I'm gonna zhuzh up this eye look. Going back in with the Morphe M504, the big fluffy brush we started with, I'm just gonna buff out all those edges. And now that we're done with sort of the base of the eye like this, I'm gonna jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here. I don't have the names of them, but it's sort of a reddish color, and I'm gonna deepen up the crease a little bit just on that same V5 brush from BH Cosmetics. Also keeping that a little lower in the crease. And then on this Morphe brush right here, it's very similar to the Real Techniques base shadow brush, just sort of a tapered blending brush. I'm gonna take the deepest like red shade in the palette right here, and I'm going to also put that mostly on the outer corner. And now for the fun part. I'm going to take this NYX concealer, the full coverage concealer in shade Porcelain, and I'm just going to take that on this. I think this is probably just a lip brush from Morphe. It's from a vegan set, and I'm going to cut my crease with this. To set that concealer, I'm going to just take this random brush from Sonia Kashuk that I don't use for anything besides this, and then just the lightest shade in the Morphe 350M palette, so he doesn't crease. And for the middle of my eyelid, I'm going to take the deep blue shade from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I actually don't like this shade. I think it sucks in comparison to every other shade in the palette, but I don't want to jump into a new palette just for a blue. So I'm just going to build that up a ton, and I'm just going to use my ring finger for that. And then I'm just going to take this flat brush from Morphe, also from that one vegan set that has no name, and I'm going to take Pool Party. I know that shade because it's my favorite. And I'm going to put that on my inner half of the eyelid. Yeah. Then I'm going back in with that blue shade that sucks and patting it over everything. I'm going to take this tiny little Morphe E18 brush. It's like a little dense pencil brush. I'm going to go in with this really deep sort of plum tone shade, and I'm just going to put that right on my outer V sort of area, like place it right on the corner here. And I'm just going to take that original big blending brush that we used and give it all a little once over. Next, just to sort of prep for lashes, I'm gonna throw on this L'Oreal Voluminous Liner Noir. It's honestly, I think it's like the best liner for doing like really close like lash line sort of work. I like it a lot, and I'm just gonna sort of give it a little line, just like this one. And then to, I guess, define the cut crease and, I don't know, make it even more fun than it already is, I'm gonna use this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in Distortion. Okay, so then I'm just gonna throw on some Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. They look like this, they're nice and fluffy. And then pop on some mascara, and then we will do my face. For primer today, I'm gonna be using two different things. I'm gonna be using my Loreal Hydragenius, and then my NYX Honey Do Me Up. I'm gonna start with the Hydragenius, and then do the NYX, cause Mama's dry this morning. Also, I like this stuff. It's really good. It took me forever to buy it because it's expensive as hell and it has the consistency of boogers. But somehow I like it. I don't know. For foundation today, I'm going to be doing something exciting. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty foundation by Rihanna that everybody has talked about. I've actually been using this for about a week now. I think it's really good. Everybody says it's kind of drying. I don't find that to be the case, but I'm also not super dry skinned. I have pretty medium skin, I'd say, or not medium, combination. Ooh. But this shade is a lot too dark for me right now. I'm very pasty, so I'm going to use this NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. This has been really good because it doesn't change the formula of anything, but this one is in the shade 190. And this does, whether you want to call it dry down or oxidize, it changes colors after you put it on. So just be aware of that. I would get a shade or like half a shade down. It doesn't like change a ton, but it is significant. So, and I'm gonna conceal using my Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. I haven't used this bad boy in a hot minute, so. And to set that, I'm gonna be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder. I've been testing this out again, and I think I like it. I didn't like it, and then I did, and then I didn't, and now I do again. So, would I recommend it? Probably not, because I go back and forth on it, but I do think I like it on myself. And I'm gonna cream contour today with the Fenty Beauty Matchstick. This one is in Mocha. This is more the medium kit than the fair, but I prefer more medium tones on me when it comes to contours. Like, I like warmer things. And I think this is good. Everybody says it's really dry. I don't think so, honestly. I think it feels creamy. It's similar to like the Wet n Wild contour stick, if you've ever tried that. Where it's semi-dry in formula, but it's not like bad. It's not like hard to blend out or anything. I'm gonna blend that out with this same sponge. I'm gonna do probably one more layer with that contour stick because I do want to build it up a little bit. But yeah, I do so far really like the matchsticks. I think they're good. I'm not gonna use the concealer one most likely. It's a little too dark to conceal for me. I used it yesterday to like clean up under my contour when it got a little crazy, and I did like it that way because it matches my skin tone right now. But I do think the contour one is really good, and I have a more blushy one, which is nice. I just don't know if I would recommend it. I don't like it unless it's applied like with a sponge, not like it'll take off my foundation if I just apply it directly to my face, which I don't like. I'm gonna use the matchstick in Trippin now, which is like this gorgeous like corally color, orangey, corally, apricot, peach. I don't know how to describe colors at all. And I'm going to put that directly onto my sponge. Like, I'm just gonna, because I don't like rolling it onto my face directly. I don't really like using my fingers either, to be honest. And I'm going to use that sort of as my cream blush. And I think these are really pretty, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to say they're like revolutionary or anything like that, but they are nice. Now for my powder bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light, which I've been loving again, I'm going to be honest. I was off it for a minute, but I like it again. It does have some like shimmer in it. Has some sheen to it, but I think it's like absolutely beautiful. Oh, and I'm taking that on Real Techniques blush brush. On that same brush from Real Techniques, I'm going to use Ecstatic by Tarte as my blush, which is a beautiful pink shade, and I love it. And I'm gonna focus that a little farther back on my cheeks rather than forward. And now before we jump into the highlighter, I want to finish off the rest of my eyes. First off, as like my eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in shade Plum, and I'm going to put that in my waterline and sort of drag it a little farther down onto my lower lash line. I think this thing is gorgeous. I kind of want to get more shades, but also I don't want to spend money on an eyeshadow stick. I'm going to be then taking the Morphe E18 and sort of smudging that. I'm going to then be taking this Morphe brush, the one that was similar to the Real Techniques one, just the sort of shader looking brush. I'm going to take this shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, the like yellowy one, and I'm going to blend out those edges a little bit with that. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to be taking the second shade in right here from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm also going to use that to highlight my brow bone. And then for the lower lashes, I'm just going to throw on some of the Supersizer from CoverGirl, which is one of my favorites, and then we will get back to the rest of the face. I'm going to set my brows with my Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in Blonde. And for contour, I'm taking this Lorma? I can't read cursive. 103 brush. I got it in an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm or one of those sort of things. And I'm going to mix these two shades, the two lighter ones from the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, and I'm going to contour my face. Okay, for highlight, I have the Fenty Beauty highlight in Mean Money and Hustla Baby, and I tried this once and I didn't really like it, to be honest. But I'm going to try it again with a different brush, wherever that brush went. I'm going to use that on my Linda Hallberg 306 brush, and I'm going to start with Mean Money, which is the more subtle highlight, and then I'll go into Hustla Baby. Probably, because I'll need to. There's just nothing to it, honestly. Which I guess is good if you like a subtle highlight, but this isn't even like, to me, this isn't even like the Essence Pure Nude one. I don't know, it's just kind of eh to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with Hustla Baby, which honestly looks too dark for me right now, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot more poppin', but I don't like the color on me. It's pretty though. Like, it definitely has more of a bling to it than the other one does. For sure. It's got like a shift to it. It's like a peachy gold. Yeah, it's pretty. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Maybelline matte lipstick in 650 Nude Beige, or Nude Beige? Nude Embrace. Can't read anything. And over top of that, I'm going to be using the Allegory? I don't know how to say things. I'm not this smart. Story Lip Gloss in Plato's Cave. I don't know what that means. And to set my face, I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Setting Spray. And this, no. And this is my completed look. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe, and comment down below if you have tried any of the Fenty beauty products, or if you'd like to see us review some that weren't mentioned in here. I know I don't have any of the matchsticks in like a highlighting shade, so if you're interested in seeing something like that, we could do that. Okay, and we will see you guys in the next video.